Well, it's Wednesday. It's Wednesday the 26th? It is the 26th already. How about that? Of November. How about that? Of 2014. This is Wayne Goldsboro Television. I'm Wayne Alley.
And I'm Kim Best. Good morning and happy Thanksgiving tomorrow.
Tomorrow is Thursday, and that means tomorrow is Thanksgiving. Right. How about that? A quick reminder.
Yes, go right ahead.
That if you're traveling across the county or across the country, please use extra caution.
And wear your seatbelt.
A lot of people on the highway, and that's exactly right. Always wear your seatbelt, especially when you're inside the vehicle.
Well, that makes a lot of sense, Mr. Alley.
Hey, well, you know, I try. I really try. But, you know, it just makes sense to do that because I'm at the point now, I've worn it for so many years and so often, and every time I'm in the car, it just, I don't feel right if I don't have it on.
I don't feel right either.
There you go.
Well, what would you say is your favorite either Thanksgiving tradition or your favorite, I'd say, food that's going to be on your Thanksgiving table?
Well, I'm pretty much a traditionalist when it comes to something like that, and I just like being with friends and family. I like, and that of course comes with the meal.
Of course.
Well, and of course everybody likes to eat, and I love to eat. It's one of my favorite things to do. But I particularly like this time of year because I don't eat turkey every day, and I enjoy turkey, so I enjoy a good Thanksgiving meal with people and friends and family around, and I guess the turkey would be the best thing. That and maybe a little dressing, and I'm not a big cranberry person. You know,
I understand.
But I like it, but you know, I can do without it. But I like the turkey, and of course everything goes with it.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Oh yeah, same for me.
Yeah.
I like the whole family getting together, spending an entire afternoon together in the kitchen a little while.
Yeah.
I think my favorite food is probably sweet potato casserole.
Wow.
Love it.
Okay.
Love everything. Love all of it.
Yeah.
But my favorite thing to do, and my mom started this years ago, and my kids give us grief sometimes, is right before we eat, we go around the table and we
Can't
tell.
imagine your kids giving you grief.
Well, they do. And we talk about what we're thankful for that year.
Oh, that's
and
nice.
each year it's interesting to hear how things change, what everybody in the family is thankful for, and how the dynamics of your families can change through the years. And that's just a great tradition that my mom started many years ago. And of course, when my kids were young and elementary and middle school, they were like, "Oh, Mom, we don't want to do that." You know, but now they look forward to it as they are adults and their lives are changing as well. So just a fond memory.
At the same time, I want to remind you that we live in a military community, and there's a lot of people who are here in the military and outside the military who do not have family here. People who are perhaps in homes, in rest homes and in care facilities. We want you to remember them as well and say a prayer for those folks as well.
That's right. It can be a very lonely time for them.
It can be a very lonely time. This is a very depressing time of year for some people.
It can be.
So we'll want you to remember those folks as well. And if you have room at your table, maybe you could invite someone over.
Well, that's a great idea.
Yeah.
It's a great idea.
If you have room. You know, of course, people, this is a hard time for some people. Some people are going through hard times right now. I want you to remember them as well.
Absolutely.
All right.
Well, we have once again a reminder of a turkey trail run, a 5K, which will be taking place this Saturday, the 29th at 9:30 in the morning. This is at the Cliffs of the New State Park. They say come out for the run. Participants must pre-register by Friday, November the 26th.
Right. Oh, no. Friday's not the November 26th.
I know, that's what it says on here. I didn't think so either.
Boy, that is so wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah, today's November 26th. So what's the date on
So I don't know which one's right. I don't know if the
November 29th.
This Saturday is the
29th,
run.
yeah, the
so you may need to pre-register today.
Well, maybe, but I think that may be by Friday the 28th.
Maybe. We don't know which one is right.
Tell you
but
what.
you can give them a call. How about that?
Call them, yeah.
The number is 778-6234. Of course, that's 919.
Oh, that's Autumn's number.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, call Autumn. She can tell you.
All participants will actually get a certificate. At the end, you have the opportunity to make a holiday craft. They're asking you to meet at the Visitor Center, and they're asking for a $5 donation, which will go back to, of course, the Friends of the Cliffs of the Noose organization.
Okay. That number again, 778-6234, right?
Yes.
919-778-6234. All right.
That's right.
Well, let's see what we have here. Coming up on December 11th, the Chamber of Commerce of Wayne County having their big annual holiday mixer.
It's always so nice at the Chamber.
It is. They do that every year.
Yes, they do.
All right.
And don't forget, Saturday, December the 6th is the Christmas parade downtown Goldsboro at 4 o'clock. is Goldsboro's at 10 a.m. as Mount Olive's parade. Lots more happening on that particular day, but join us downtown for the Goldsboro Christmas Parade, 4 o'clock.
You can give the perfect gift, and that would be the gift of life. You give a unit of blood and 3 people will benefit from it. 3 people will benefit from it. And you can do that today at Sam's Club on North Park Drive. I thought that was Parkway. Anyway, regardless, you know where Sam's Club is.
Yes.
Anyway, at 1 o'clock today, they'll be having a blood drive.
That's right.
All right.
I believe that may be.
Time to
go to the interviews.
Yes, let's do that. Today we're talking with Tim Rogers. Tim is the director of the Solid Waste Department for Wayne County. Man, I appreciate you coming in.
Thank you, Wayne. Always a pleasure to be with you.
Great to see you, Tim. Always good to see you. For anyone who doesn't realize the quality of our solid waste department, I'm telling you, you're looking at the man right here that has put together a top-rated, top-notch, first-class solid waste department landfill.
Well, thank you, Wayne.
I'm telling you, I strongly recommend, whether you have business there or not, just go out and take a look at this. We're so proud of this.
Absolutely.
Of what
I wish
you guys
people
have
would.
done.
Well, I just want to say that I have a great staff out there and employees that really take ownership in the department, and they just do a great job. I mean, obviously, there's no way I could do it by myself, and I say that because they're obviously carried most of the load, but I do appreciate that.
Well, it's almost a show place. I mean, it's great. I've been out there taking pictures, and I've taken video out there. You've got the at the front, right off the roadway there, on Landfill Road, just off Highway 13. You have the convenience center.
That's right.
People can go in there anytime. Well, anytime they're open.
Yeah.
Anytime but Wednesday or Sunday, and drop off recyclables, paper, plastic, glass. And the site attendant there is very knowledgeable.
Very knowledgeable.
Very knowledgeable, and they do a great job in helping people out.
They absolutely do. We try to make sure that people understand that customer service is what we're there for, and we're there to serve the public, any questions they may have, and it doesn't even have to do with something we may take at the site. It may have something to do with something we accept at the landfill, tires or what have you, but they're there to help and assist folks, and we want to make it as easy as possible to not only get rid of their trash, which is what we started out doing, but recycling has really taken over as what we do the most of is working on the recycling side of it. We want to make everybody know that it's an easy process to get rid of that, whatever they may have, whether it be electronics or tires, furniture. We recycle like your white goods, refrigerators, stoves, dryers, and such as that.
I can, and we had Jeff Sparrow in some days ago, and we were talking about the recycling process at the facility out there. And I tell you, in the very, very beginning, people had trouble accepting this.
Yes.
But only because they were not used to it.
That's exactly right.
And you have made it so easy to recycle.
Well, we learned pretty early on, if it wasn't an easy process, everybody starts off, if you ask them to do it, and they're like, well, sure, it's a good thing, why wouldn't we do it? But if it's a difficult process, and if there's too many steps involved, it tends to wear on them, and they're I really was on board to begin with, but this is kind of a pain, and you kind of revert back, and we don't want that. We want to make sure that people continue to recycle. One reason is obviously in 1998 when they changed the rules and you have to have a line landfill now. So when you build a cell and you spend $5 to $7 million on this cell, we don't want to put anything in that cell that we don't have to. Absolutely nothing. So that's when we really picked up and trying to pull as much out as we could.
And I want to throw in very quickly that was a federal thing, a state thing.
Yes.
I mean, that the landfills be lined.
Exactly.
That was not the a decision made by our local county government.
No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't. But I will say on that point that the local county government had a lot of foresight to stay in the landfill business. Some counties got out. It scared them. It's a lot of money, and I think we're going to get out of the landfill business and we'll start a transfer station, and we'll put it on trucks and we'll haul it somewhere else that has a landfill. You know, our rates right now are the lowest in the state, $31.50 a ton. If we were transferring it to Bertie County, for instance, you know, you're probably talking at $60 a ton. So obviously that helps the industry as well as the public, but you know, it does help the industry when you're trying to get them to come into Wayne County. I don't know if a lot of people think about that.
That's right.
But it obviously is an enticement for them, because if you have a lot of waste, in-waste product, it's a pretty big deal to an industry. So
yeah, it is a big deal,
hard to do that.
And it could end up being a bigger problem. So instead of sending our problem to another county, which would eventually, believe it or not, it would come back on us.
Exactly.
I've seen that happen.
Yes.
It would come back on us. You face that problem, find a solution to it, and work with it.
That's right.
So we're working with environmentally conscious populace now here in Wayne County. People know that they need to recycle, and this recycling helps Wayne County in many ways, including the money.
Absolutely, absolutely. We get a revenue off recycling, which that's another aspect of our department that keeps the tonnage down, and also everyone's household user fees down.
Yeah.
That type of thing, whether it be metal or we've got a shingle recycling program now. We're getting some revenue off of that. Every little bit helps to subsidize the department so we can keep costs down, and that's what we're trying to do.
The shingle recycling setup, the tire recycling setup, the carpet recycling setup, all this just a few years ago did not exist.
No, we've got.
You had to throw it away.
That's exactly right. We took, well, it wasn't that long ago where you took TVs, electronics, shingles, carpet, all these things that we're recycling now. It's almost second nature that, you'd recycle it, but it wasn't that long ago we didn't. And that gets back to your line landfill. You don't want to put it in there if you don't have to.
Right.
We want it to last, if they estimate it to last 5 years, let's see if we can get 10 out of it. Yeah. So that's what we've kind of been trying to do, and we've been pretty successful at that. A sale initially they estimated would last us 5. We're getting about 8 years out of it.
Really?
So we're pretty proud of that, and there's a lot of effort that's gone into that. And the commissioners and the county powers that be have helped us every step of the way to get to where we are. And like I said, they've done a great job, whether it be buying extra land where we could expand the landfill and the landfill could stay open not only now but 60 years from now. Yeah. If they're still allowing us to landfill trash, we'll be in good shape. I mean, we've got plenty of land. We've got almost 1,000 acres of land at our Dudley site, and we're in very good shape, probably as good a shape as anybody in the state when it comes to that.
I would have to say that part of the reason that you're getting 8 years out of a lined area instead of 5 is simply because the recycling is paying off. Recycling's
paying off. You've got a little different compaction. Well, the equipment's better now, a little better, but the way we're putting it in, we're placing it a little better. I feel like we're getting better compaction, and we're taking the cardboard, for instance. That was a big amount of tonnage out of the sale. So between that and other recycling, absolutely, it's really paid off in a number of ways.
All right, I want to switch gears and ask you about gas.
Okay.
Tell me about tell me about your gas at the landfill.
Where are you going with that?
Okay. All right, let's straighten this out right now.
Okay. Well, we're very excited about a gas project. We teamed up with a company out of Britain about 5 years ago.
You mean Great Britain?
Great Britain.
Really?
Absolutely.
Over the pond.
Yep.
Across the way.
And we teamed up with them, and they came in and actually they funded the project, and it didn't cost the county anything. I mean, they paid for the entire project, but they went in and the upgrade. We had a gas system, but what we were doing, we were collecting the gas and just flaring it off. We were just burning it.
What kind of gas is this? Where's it come from?
It's methane gas.
Methane gas from underneath. It's
coming from as the garbage decomposes, it creates this gas. We were collecting the gas so it wouldn't migrate off site, which you don't want it to do. But we were just burning it. That's the way we were getting rid of it. We had a big candle flare, and that's the way people do it. And but they came in and they got with us on this, and they spent a lot of money and got us in real good shape on our well fields, and and increased the amount of gas that we were actually extracting, and they were able to put 3 generators in, and we're actually producing 3 megawatts of electricity.
Really? Mm-hmm. And what happens to that electricity?
It goes right to the grid.
It goes right to the grid.
Mm-hmm.
This is another way we're able to keep the cost of living down in Wayne County.
Exactly, exactly, and we get a revenue off of that as well.
Wonderful.
So we're really proud of that, and they're continually expanding that. They're fixing to install a few more wells now, and trying to stay ahead of the curve a little bit, because the state is mandated that you have to capture that. Of course, you don't want it to leave the site.
All right. Well, who else? Let's say, had tried this gas collection system, and who else in the country was doing it at the time we started doing it?
Well, there were several sites in the country: California, San Francisco, but in North Carolina there was one in Uwharrie. They had a really small setup there, a small generator there. And Wilson, their closed landfill in Wilson, they have one set up. I'm sorry, Durham.
In Durham.
They were trying to do a project in Wilson, and they've not actually got that one up and going. But Durham did a project with the same company did a project in Durham on their closed landfill. But the reason they're so excited about coming here with Wayne County, we're not a closed landfill, we're operating. So they're able to, after 30 years when the garbage is almost stopped producing gas, we're putting garbage in, so they're staying ahead of that. So we've got a replenishing amount of gas that they can go in and get. So that was a pretty big deal to them, because you'll be there a while, you know.
So Wayne County was one of the first.
We were one
of the first in the country.
Yes, absolutely.
One of the first in the country.
That's right. That's exactly right.
Got in early.
And some of the wells that they're using out there are the absolute first that they have put anywhere in the country, and they're working great. They completely redesigned the way people were doing them, and it's actually increased the volume of gas that we're pulling out twice what we were doing before, which we want that.
Yeah, because that means more electricity, more going to the grid. Now you say that the county didn't pay for any of this.
They did not. It didn't cost us anything.
It didn't cost us anything.
It cost us a dime. Sure didn't. That was the beauty of it.
Yeah, that's great.
They came in and they did that, and they did a first-class job. They were great people to work with, and if you go out and see the facility, I mean, it's very nice. I mean, it's a really nice facility.
Well, I have seen it, and it's very professional looking. It's top
really
rated.
We're very proud of it. We've had a lot of counties come down and look at it, and I'm very proud of that.
So they're saying if Wayne County can do it, we should try to do it too.
Yes.
Although we're not quite up to their standards, they're going to try it too.
Yeah, we've got a lot of counties that are in the process of starting now. But
but it's a proven production.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I mean, it's going to create it, and of course, what do you do with it? And I just hate that we flared it off as long as we did. But you have to have it really in a project like that. If you're a county, municipality, you're going to have a partner. It's very expensive.
Yeah.
Each generator is over $1 million a piece. For instance, they bought 3 of those.
Wow.
So, and then getting them over here from Germany, you can imagine what the shipping would be. So it was a very expensive project to set up, but we're very proud of it, though.
Yeah. Wow. I tell you, we're very proud of our entire facility out there. Everything is set up. It's so clean. You drive on pavement. You don't drive out like you used to drive out in the back.
Right.
Through mud and everything. You don't do that
anymore.
we
changed that. Well, one of the reasons was safety.
Yeah.
If you're not sure where you need to go, you probably don't need to be driving where the big haul trucks and things are going. It's just dangerous if you're not used to being back there.
Yeah.
You get back there, get stuck, and nobody know where you are. We'd have to hunt them down, you know.
Be there for years, you know.
Yeah, they could starve to death waiting for somebody to find them. But yeah, so we built a facility up front where they could go across the scales. Our scale attendant would direct them in which way to go. We also have an attendant up there, so they can help them. But if you bring in your C&D waste from your home or your
All right, what is C&D?
C&D is construction demolition.
Oh, okay, okay.
Anything you're doing around the home that.
If it's your home.
That's right. That's right. You can bring it, and then your trash or your metal, or we can take all that up there.
Of course, now if you're a contractor, it's a different story altogether.
Exactly.
But if you're a consumer,
it's basically just for the public, just for the public, just for the homeowners.
Right. The contractors know what they have to do.
Right. Exactly.
Right. But we're talking about the consumers, not
the
the homeowners.
we want the contractors. They continue on the bigger trucks. They go to the back. We don't want them up there for the same reason. Right. Those big trucks, and then somebody end up getting hurt or something.
But you have an area for not only carpet and tires and metal and you have a place and construction items, but you have a place for yard waste, limbs.
That's right. Mm-hmm.
You have a place for just about everything, and it's all labeled.
It is.
It's all labeled, and it's beautiful. It really is.
We try to put up enough signs where it's pretty clear where you need to go, and we also decide the skeleton is also going to try to go over that with you and make sure you understand where to go. And like I said, normally we'll have somebody there.
Yeah. Right. And what's the fee for a consumer to drive in with stuff from his home? Is there a fee once they get on the scale?
It depends on what he brings.
Oh, okay.
The only thing you would pay for if you were a consumer would be your construction demolition.
Construction and demolition stuff. If
your
I tear down an old building,
your trash is still free.
Okay.
As long as you don't have recyclables mixed in with the trash.
So recyclable.
If it's recyclable trash, we've got an area up there that's pretty much just like one of our convenience centers, and that's basically what that is.
And that doesn't cost anything.
Not as long as it's recycled.
As long as it's recycled.
Right, and then you have we have any furniture, carpet, like we'd said, anything like that will be covered on your household fee.
Okay.
All right. You'd be good on that.
Wow, man, this is great. All right, you go to the fairgrounds and turn right on Highway 13. Go down about a mile or so and turn left.
Yep.
On Durham Lake Road, and then you go out a little bit to Landfill Road, take a right, and you can't miss it.
You can't miss us.
Can't miss it. Look for the big flag and look for the Wayne County landfill sign there. And Tim Rogers is the director with a fine staff out there. They do a wonderful job. You guys do a great job. Thank you very much. And we're back on Wayne Goldsboro Television, and my voice is going bananas here. Well, I'm becoming an adult.
Becoming an adult.
I'm becoming an adult, so my voice is changing.
Well, we're reminding you about Jingle in the Park.
Jingle in the Park.
If you're looking something special to do with your family during the holiday season at Herman Park, we have our annual Jingle in the Park. It is Santa Claus will be there, movies outside on the lawns, hay rides, lights, food, s'mores, campfires, the Kiwanis miniature train, and something new this year, they have a portable ice skating rink. What? You can rent skates for $5 and skate in the skating rink right here. You'll think you're at Rockefeller Center. How about that? Rockefeller Center. And you're right here at Herman Park.
And you're right here at Herman Park. You don't have to go 500-800 miles.
No, you don't. You're at Herman Park Center. Right. It's going to be Friday, December the 12th, Saturday, December the 13th, and then the following weekend, December 19th and December 20th from 4 to 8 p.m. It is beautiful. If you've not seen Herman Park, all lit up with their festive lights. Yeah. So join us downtown. It's free to the public. Love to have you there.
Tremendous amount of fun.
That's right.
All right, the year was 1864. Mr. Charles Dodgson. If that name sounds familiar, maybe it does, maybe it doesn't. You know him better as Lewis Carroll. Mr. Carroll sent a handwritten manuscript to Alice Liddell, and the manuscript was called Alice's Adventures Underground. It was an early Christmas present to the 12-year-old girl, and later the manuscript was renamed Alice in Wonderland, and it was also renamed Through the Looking Glass.
Oh, yes.
In 1933, the film versions of Alice's Adventures in Wonderland starred Gary Cooper as the White Knight, Edward Everett Horton as the Mad Hatter, a very funny man. W.C. Fields, yes indeed, yes, as Humpty Dumpty. Cary Grant was the Mock Turtle, Jack Oakey as Tweedledum, and Charlotte Henry as in the title role of Alice. A very funny movie. That was 1864 when he wrote that. 1867, the refrigerated railroad car was patented.
Oh, wow.
Isn't that amazing?
What year was that?
1867. Refrigerated railroad car. Let's see. We have more here.
Thank you so much for sharing.
Birthday today for funny man Rich Little.
Oh, yes.
Comedian and impressionist. Very funny guy. He's 76. The lovely and extremely talented Tina Turner, one of my favorites. She's 75 today.
Wow, 75.
75 she is, and she is still dancing boogie boogie.
She is.
Woo.
I mean.
Unfortunately, gave up her American citizenship because she's lived in Switzerland for so many years now. Anyway, she's 75 today. But also Scott Jacoby is 58. He's an award-winning actor as well. He's done a bunch of stuff. Vicky of Falcon Crest, remember the character?
I do.
Vicky. She is Jamie Rose. She's 54 today. Garcelle Beauvais. She's a model. Garcelle. I don't know her name. Very pretty girl. She's 48 years today. She's a model. She was also on NYPD Blue, Coming to America, Models Inc., Jamie Foxx Show, Wild Wild West, and a bunch of other stuff.
Wow. Happy birthday if it's your special day.
There you go.
Reminding you, at the Paramount Theater, they have a Christmas season chock full of events for you and your family to choose from.
Full of events.
Every weekend. December the 5th, 6th, and 7th, the Nutcracker. 33 years the Goldsboro Ballet has been putting on the Nutcracker at the Paramount Theater. Amazing. Get your tickets now. December 12th, 13th, and 14th, A Christmas Carol is put on by the Center Stage Theater. And then the following weekend, December 19th, 20th, and 21st, Child of the Promise.
Wow.
So 3 big events happening one weekend right after the other at the Paramount Theater. You can actually purchase for $35. That will give you tickets to all 3 productions.
You know
so that's a great deal.
And here's the thing. This is not just community theater. These people are so
absolutely.
talented. This is great theater.
Yes, it
really
is.
And you know what? You could go somewhere else and spend $35 for each one of
these.
On
one ticket. That's exactly right.
You could. Here, you get all 3 for $35.
Visit GoldsboroParamount.com to find out more.
There you go. GoldsboroParamount.com.
That's right.
There you go. We got to go.
That's right. Well, tomorrow is the big day. Happy Thanksgiving to everyone.
Yeah, and we'll be here tomorrow. Of course, it'll be pre-recorded, but that's a secret. I'm not going to tell anybody that. But anyway,
enjoy time with your family.
Join us the next time we're here, whenever that may be, here on Wayne Goldsboro Television. And until tomorrow, I'm Wayne Alley.
And I'm Kim Best, and this is what's happening in your community.